Hi, this is Valerie Van Boeven with a replay of the webinar, Avoiding Follow-Up Failure, Turning Old Leads into New Clients, presented by LTC Expert Publications. Again, my name is Valerie Van Boeven, registered nurse, and my partner is George Novoson. Our agenda today, we're going to talk about lead nurturing or lead care programs, steps to take with different types of leads, how often and what format, developing a relationship, even if it's automated, information to offer leads, and then we'll take Q&A. Now, the replay and, of course, the slides didn't change during our live event, so we are going to not have the Q&A here, but I will go through the presentation and answer a lot of the questions that we had during our live event. So, in my experience, having dealt with companies and individuals and businesses that rely on leads, their bottom line is that I've seen lead nurturing go from nice to have to hard set business requirement for growing businesses. So we really need to think about this and take it very seriously because it could increase your bottom line by 10% or more if you have a good lead nurturing program in place. So what is lead nurturing or lead care? It means avoiding follow-up failure begins with having a specific plan in mind for regular follow-up. Automated emails or autoresponders, having automated e-newsletters, print newsletters, follow-up mail pieces. And in this economy, you need every edge. It's all about revenue to survive and thrive. You all know just as well as I do how the last couple of years have been tough for everybody. So having every edge is extremely important in this economy, and taking a few minutes to really dedicate some automation to your follow-up for leads of every different type is going to be very helpful. So let's talk about the different types of leads that you all know about. There are people who opt in through your website, typically consumers. There are trade show or senior fair leads, which are also typically consumers. There are referral partner or networking leads, professional or business leads. There are phone calls into the office, which are typically consumers. And there are referrals from a current client or friend, which again are typically consumers. So we're going to talk about all these. Let's start with consumer leads. These are people who have opted in from your website, they've called the office, they've been referred by a current client or friend, or they've come from a trade show or they've been a senior fair attendee, and these are the most unlikely to need services immediately because they came to the senior fair for the free stuff. So let's talk about what to do with those trade show or senior fair leads. First of all, you always want to ask for everything you can get from those leads. The name, address, the phone, and the email. Don't forget to ask for that. If you have email addresses, you want to send a thank you, a hello, a nice to meet you email. You want to add to your e-newsletter. Make sure you have an unsubscribe option so they can opt out, but go ahead and subscribe them. Send a follow-up email, very personal in nature. How are you doing? Hope everything's good. And send that every quarter. If they have no email address listed, send a thank you, hello, nice to meet you letter via snail mail. Tell them about your website and ask them to subscribe to your e-newsletter, and send follow-up mail, personal in nature, quarterly. If they opted in from your website, send an automated hello, thank you for visiting, can we answer any questions type of email. Subscribe to your e-newsletter, subscribe them, and then quarterly send them a more personal, hope everything is okay, personal email. Even if it's automated, it can sound very personal and very engaging and very nice. If they called the office, one of the most important things you could ask the person who calls the office, besides how did you hear about us, which is very important, is to ask for an email address. And I very rarely hear people doing that. Ask for the email address. If they don't want to give it out, that's fine. But you might want to say, we'd like to, tell everybody about our upcoming events and things that our office is up to. So we'd love to have your email address. Try to get it. Send an automated hello. Thank you for visiting. Hope we were able to help answer your questions. Subscribe them to your e-newsletter. If they do not become a new client, send them a quarterly note. Hope everything is okay. A little personal email, even if it's automated. And if they do become a new client, just send them the monthly e-newsletter. They may pass it on to another friend or family member who needs care. If they were referred by a current client or friend, again, you want to ask for email addresses and send an automated hello, thank you for visiting, hope we were able to help, answer your questions, kind of an email. Subscribe them to your e-newsletter. If they do not become a new client, send them a quarterly, hope everything's okay, personal email, even if it's automated. If they do become a new client, just send the monthly e-newsletter. And send the referral person a thank you snail mail letter, meaning not just an email, but a note in the mail that thanks them for their kindness in their referral. And then this is a great time, and most people don't do this, but this is a wonderful time to ask for a testimonial. If that person was thought highly enough of you to refer your services, it's always nice to ask for a testimonial from them, because obviously they think the world of you if they're going to recommend you to a friend. Okay. And then what to include in your correspondence. So this is for anyone who opted in from your website, called the office, referred by a current client or friend, or came from a trade show or senior fair attendee. Each piece of communication you send to any lead should include your social media connections, like your website address, your Facebook address, your LinkedIn, your Twitter, and your YouTube. I always recommend sending these as text links, not as icons or pictures, because all the pictures will get stripped out of the email and they won't see them anyway, and it just looks like a mess. So do everything you can to keep your email signatures to text only. It's really, I guess, it's tempting to have a beautiful email signature with all these, pretty icons and things. But the only person that's going to see how pretty that looks typically is you. So just keep it to text and make it easy on everybody. Always include office contact information like email, phone, office address, website, and a personal contact name, somebody they can pick up the phone or send an email to directly, not just the generic office, person, or office, signature. Okay, so if you have, when we talk about referral partners and networking or professional or business leads, of course, you're going to be at a networking event or at some chamber meeting, and you're going to want to get their business card. And if they don't have a business card on them, ask them for their email address. Jot it down on the back of one of your business cards, their name and their email address, and then send an automated hello, thank you for connecting, nice to meet you, kind of an email. Subscribe them to your e-newsletter, and if they've not sent a new client, send them a quarterly, hope everything's going well with you, personal email. Invite them to meet for coffee or lunch or a visit. If they have sent a new client, just send them the monthly e-newsletter, but send a personal thank you snail mail letter and ask for a testimonial when appropriate. Now let's talk about developing relationships. And I'm neither here nor there about Bill Clinton. I just use him as an example because of what people say about him. And this is the kind of relationship building skills that we all should have when we're trying to talk to a new potential client. So what people say about Bill Clinton is that he's absolutely magnetic and focuses completely on you when you talk, giving you the sense that he truly wants to know your concerns. And another quote I found said, I have not and would not vote for Clinton, but I have met the president at least 3 times. He lives near me. He is very friendly and very good at asking about you and relating whatever he's talking about to the people with whom he is speaking. He is a people person. And the way Bill Clinton would be categorized is as an ESFP, extroverted sensing, feeling, and perceiving. So if you've ever taken a personality test, you would probably know what an ESFP is, or you've probably heard of it. But anybody who can exhibit those kinds of traits, extroverted, sensing, feeling, and perceiving, are going to be a very good salesperson, especially in the home care, assisted living, elder care market, because you're a person that can really develop a relationship quite easily with other people, can empathize easily. So that's the kind of salesperson you're looking for. And if you don't have a salesperson, if it's just you wearing many hats, just remember that the more you listen, the more you engage, and the more you perceive, or you're perceived as being very concerned about that person's situation, the more likely you are to close the deal. Information to offer leads. Frequently asked question information about your business or your service. That's always good. Everybody likes a list. White paper, which we used to call a free report. Now everybody calls it a white paper, but it's a free report. So that's a good one to send. Brochures, testimonials, Self-assessment tests is a time for care, newsletters and e-newsletters, and invitations to upcoming events as your special guest. Even if it's just a senior fair, you can always send out little personal invitations to ask them to come as your special guest. And when they get to the senior fair, ask them, or whatever event it is, to come by your booth or your table, or come by and see you and shake hands and talk to them a little bit. And that just makes people feel special. Next steps for you. You need to assess your own website. Does this handle your follow-up for you? Does your website handle good follow-up? Do you have a great CRM in place to automate and categorize leads? Do you have a rating system for your leads? Are they likely to do business with you versus unlikely to do business with you? And then talk with us, the leader in online and internet marketing for elder care and senior services, about lead care. We're happy to discuss what we do for our clients. So contact us. George Novoson is at george@ltcep.com, 888-404-1513. And Valerie is at valerie@ltcep.com, 888-404-1513. Or visit our website at ltcsocialmark.com for more information. And you'll actually see, if you fill out that form, how we follow up with you. That's it. Thanks so much, everybody. Talk to you soon.